Cases among children are still rare, and severe cases among children are very, very rare. Make sure that everyone around your child who can be vaccinated is vaccinated. Parents, adults, teens. 2, make sure your child is masked when they leave home. That's how we can best keep our kids safe.
Okay, joining me now, you know what, let's go to a doctor and see exactly what she has to say about it. Joining me now, Nan Hayworth. She is obviously former congresswoman, doctor. She's with the Independent Women's Forum. Nan, I can't seem to get straight answers anymore on kids. I mean, look, I only went to community college. I look at data. I don't see that children without pre-existing conditions are in danger from coronavirus, but I don't want to be a monster. I certainly don't want anyone to get hurt. What's the reality, Nan?
No, Jesse, I don't either. And the reality is that children shouldn't have to wear masks. Children don't need vaccination against COVID. Children should be living their lives in full, as should we all. And Marty McCary wrote about this in the Wall Street Journal about maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, Jesse, and laid out all the ways in which masking children not only is not useful to them nor helpful to them, but actually harms them. So Joe Biden just continues to defy every standard of common sense, reason, and evidence. He's a disaster, and this is yet another.
Okay, you say harms them. What is the argument? What is the harm in it, Nan? Like, I believe it's harmful. I just want somebody smart to lay it out.
Well, yeah, it's not really in terms of gas exchange, carbon dioxide and oxygen. That's not the problem. For kids in sports who want to gulp in, large amounts of air when they're running, things like that, yes, masks get in the way of that. They can indeed be harmful to young athletes. They should never be worn during athletic activities. But in terms of development, in terms of socialization, especially the younger children they need to see faces. They need to see adults' faces too. Teachers have pointed out that reading depends on learning it's a visualization of mouth and facial movements as we decode what's on a page that helps young readers learn how to read. This is masks for children. Not only that, but they don't prevent them from becoming ill. They also do collect lots of germs, not necessarily the viruses themselves, which may not live long on that environment, but certainly they collect a lot of germs and can certainly probably predispose to other sorts of infections. I mean, there's no argument in favor of masks, literally no argument at all.
Nan, are we concerned at all about the long-term mental health implications of what it does to kids, or has that been over-dramatized? Because I do worry. I worry about telling my kids that wear a mask at all times, you'll be sick. I worry that I'm setting them on a path they'll be on the rest of their lives. Right,
and it's certainly the opposite of the Jesse Kelly path, and I am saying that as a fan of what you do and what you say. It is a way of communicating subliminally, if not overtly, that there is much to be feared in just even ordinary social interaction. The world is full of dangers. It is an anti-resilience maneuver. And burden and depredation to commit on children. It is a problem. It will have lasting implications. It should be stopped now. And the fact that that the president, that his party, that the teachers' unions, whom I consider to be the extortion division of the Democrat Party, are standing firmly recalcitrantly against any advice to the contrary that this is harming children should trouble us all.
Wow. Yeah. I'm going to play a little video of Bill de Blasio, and I'll tell you, Nan, this troubled me greatly.
Look, human beings do well when they have carrot and stick. So a mandate helps people to realize it's time. FDA final approval on Pfizer said it's time.
A carrot and a stick, Nan? We have American politicians now feeling completely comfortable going on national television saying they're going to give us the stick. When did this happen?
Jesse, this is, and I think we've talked about this before, but I keep saying this. The defining characteristic of government is that it can use violence against citizens. That's what defines government. That's why we give it very limited power, and the power that it does wield should be wielded very judiciously as a policing force. That's what government does. Democrats are the party of government. People like Bill de Blasio cannot wait to run your life for you. They are relishing this. This is their dream scenario, that they can command every aspect of your life. We should be rejecting them as we never have before. This is a very dangerous trend, and it is empowered by what we grant to government.
Dan, can you tell me, as best you can, psychologize these people for me? Because you're right, they get off on this kind of control and making you do things. It's just such a different mentality than mine. I just want to be left alone. I don't want to be in charge of anybody. I don't want to control. I just want to be left alone. You do you and I'll do me. What is wrong with these people?
They're tyrants. They are arrogant. They are presumptuous. They are everything that the Austrian school warned about. They have the arrogance and the hubris of imagining that they can run their lives, that they can run our lives for us. And certainly, Jesse, you're always mentioning that you're a community college graduate. As you know, I am an Ivy League graduate, and I regret to say that the Ivy Leagues have churned out a couple of generations now of these aspiring tyrants. Whether their intentions, I think primarily they are for good, but I know what it was like in those institutions. I know what it's like to be among those people. They feel they've been given certain gifts that make them excel and give them particular if you will, ability to guide us in ways that the great unwashed cannot guide themselves.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.